Okay, hi guys. We are going to start a new video on NumPy Array Iterating. Okay, so NumPy Array Iterating means we are going to read the element from each array or each dimension to do some operation, or we can do some arithmetic operation, or we can print it, simply print it. So we have to iterate. So some of us know about the for loop or while loop. Okay, so what for loop and while loop does, they will going to iterate, they are going to calling, they are going to take print each and every element for a given array or bunch of data. Okay, so arrays is nothing but the bunch of data basically. Okay, so we are clubbed together. So iterating means going through the each element one by one. Okay, so let's consider we have 1 2 3 4. So always I have 4 elements. Okay, so I want to do some operation on each element, so I have to travel through this 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4. So I have to use the for loop. Okay, then I can go into the travels through the sorry, not travels, it's travel through the uh, array. Okay, given array. So what is the option is there? Okay, so basically we are going to create the one day arrays to understand its better. Okay, so we're going to say first numpy dot array. Okay, and then we're going to create numpy array, one single dimension array. So it has a single dimension. Okay, and we're going to print the same array, we are going to print it, we are going to print the dimensions of array. Okay, so basically we are going to print it here. Okay, so let's consider now if I print it, I got the bunch of number. Okay, bunch of elements which are present into this dimension. But if I want to print 1 2 in this format, okay, for example 1, then 2, then 3, okay, then 3. So if I want to print into the element in this format, I have to traverse through. Okay, I have to iterate each element, or I have to apply the for loop on it, so I can get each element from this array. Okay, so for that we have to use simple for loop given any variable x in array. Okay, so whatever the array present in this element present in this array, we are just going to traverse it, we are going to iterate it, and just going to print it. Okay, so first array are the bunch of element, and the second iteration, if you see here, we are going to traverse one by one element. So this is nothing but the iterating, means we are going to go through the one by one element. Okay, this is called the one day array. So we can do the same thing on 2 day array also. Okay, so we are going to create the array 2 equal to np dot array 1 comma 2 comma 3, then again create another dimension 4 comma 5 comma 6. Okay, and we're going to print it. Okay, I'm going to print this, I got a list. Okay, so I'll get a list or tuple. So I want to print it, I want to iterate through this element. Okay, so again x in array 2. Okay, and we are going to see what value it's going to print us to us. Okay, so there are different ways to print it. Okay, so we're going to say this is the way. Okay, so if you see here, it just print a two different dimension. Okay, so just I print after here, so we can able to see after loop or after iteration, so for understanding. Okay, so before, if we see here, we get the two different list. Okay, we just iterate the dimensions. Okay, in this case we are just iterate the dimension, but not iterating a dimension value in scalar. Okay, scalar means 1 by 1 2 3 4, this is the scalar value 1 2 3 in continuous. Okay, in continuous form. So if you print here, this print statement get the two dimensions, it is matrix, but after using iteration we get the two different lists. So we get the list 1, dimension 1 and dimension 2. But if I want to iterate the first dimension value and second dimension value in this form. Okay, so how can I do this? So for that we have to apply the another loops, so we can get iterate the value also. Okay, so up to here everybody is clear. Okay, now up to okay, I will just keep as x here for because we get the dimension here. So I will say dim or dimension for understanding. Okay, so we get the dimension. Now I have to iterate those dimension for get the elements. So for x in y in x and print the y. Okay, so first loop will get the dimensions and the second loop we will get the element of dimensions. So we will able to see the data in scalar format. Okay, so first dimension data 1 2 3 and first dimension data is 1 2 3, second dimension it is 4 5 6. So this is the way we get the data. If I just comment out this, we can able to see a simple form of data 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so this is where we are going to iterate, and same thing for the what we can say 3D also. Okay, so we have just here if have a 3D, I will just create the 3D one. This is a single dimensions, so I want to add one more dimension over here. Okay, so just I will just this one I will create a comma. I will going to add one dimensions here. What is say 1 comma 8 comma 9. Then I want to say one dimension 10 comma 11 comma 12. Okay, and this once created. So this is one dimension and this is I want to add one more here. Okay, and it will be there are I just want to remove one. So this will be 3D dimensions. Okay, I hope. Okay, so we get the 3 dimension over here. Okay, because we have a 3. Okay, so this is the 3D. For actually better way I copy it and paste in next cell, so we can able to see the difference. Okay, so let's consider it as a 3D data. Okay, and I will just change the name also 3D, and here also 3D. Okay, so now still here we get the dimension data also. Okay, we only get the dimensions. What are the dimensions over there? 1 2 3 4. Okay, so we get the 4 dimensions over are there, and now I want to iterate the value of each dimensions. So now I have to create one more for loop, z in x y and print z. So this is the way right now. This is the simple way where we can iterate the data one by one. Okay, so this is the we get the data one by one. So I just keep this one and I will just print uncomment this print, so we'll get the idea about it. Okay, so we get the dimension wise data over here. Okay, so that is the way, or these are the way you can print the value in scalar format for given dimensions. So this is the first dimension 1 2 3, then we have second dimension 4 5, then third dimension 4 dimensions. Okay, 2 by this is the three dimension arrays, and we have it. Okay, so that is the way we are going to do. That is the way we are going to do the iteration of array. So next thing we are going to see here. Next thing we are going to see here, the how another way to do it. Okay, so right now we are understanding. Okay, so there are other ways to we can do it. Okay, so if you have number of dimensions are there, or much number of length of arrays bigger, so there are other function that nd iterate functions are there. So that will help to when you are going to face the lot many issue while iterating number of value, that can be solved for the nd array also. Okay, so let's consider here for this array, that is very important thing for us, how we can use the nd function, nd iterate functions. Okay, I will just print it here, nd n dimensions ndi iterator functions are there. Okay, so here now we have to do the three loops, first loop, then second, then third. Okay, so this will take a more time for this is not a practice for the have number of dimensions are there, is more than two dimension. If we have like 3D 4D array, in that case it is not a preferable because it's take more time for the uh, program executions. Okay, so for now we have just hardly 12 to 12 elements are there, so it is easy for us to understand. Okay, now we are going to understand how do nd array is working for us. So let's consider for if x in np dot, not mp, np dot ndr nd iterator, and we're going to pass the array value. What is array? Array underscore 3, and we're just going to print the x value. So what is the value of x? It will going to give us. Okay, so this is the way we are going to get the value up to in scalar format, and this is the way also get the value into the scalar format. Okay, so if you have number of dimensions are there, so we can use the nd iterator function, which will help to reduce the code size. Okay, so that is the way we can do it. So there are if let's consider right now we have this array into the this array data type is a integer, because we are all provide the integer data type, but the data type of array was while creating is integer, but I want to read as a in different data format. Okay, which we already discuss. Okay, when in data type session there are some prefixes are there. With the help of that prefix we are going to read those value as a string. Let's consider this is the integer type of array, but I want to read as a string. Okay, so how we can do? I will just copy same thing here, and I am going to see how we can read it. Okay, so for this we have some function along with the editor. Okay, so this is the function we are going to use, again not necessary. Okay, but we have to give some parameters over here. Okay, so we just give the buffer here, flag. Okay, buffered. Okay, so if anyone know about the why we are given flag is buffered, please comment us. Okay, otherwise I will explain you, definitely there is no problem. But if you someone knows, please mention in comments. Okay, so it is good for learning. Okay, so let's consider. So whenever any operations, right now we have this is the integer type of array. For example, it's int type of array, and we want read as string type or display, read and display, sorry, read and display as a string type of element. Sorry, elements. Okay, so basically what we are going to do, we are just converting type of integer type of element to string type of elements. Basically we read the data and we try to convert into string. So this is the operation are going to place here. Okay, so the element whenever going to do any operation, in place operation is not happening into the numpy. That's why we need a this kind of flag, that is called the buffered. So whatever these operations are going to happen, because we are going to changing data type, operation data type of this element, so we are doing some operation. In that case we are going to use the buffered memory to do that operation, or we are going to we are able to, with the help of this we are going to do the some operation. So to complete or fulfill that operation, we have to keep our data or keep this program into the buffer memory or buffer location, so we can complete our operation and give the data. Okay, so that's why use the buffer, and just I am going to again execute it. Okay, flag is not flags not a flag, I think, and just check it again double. flags a invalid keyword. Okay, FLAGE, not E, I think like. Okay, so this is the way we are going to read the data in string format. Okay, so these are the different way we can read it, we can write it. So another example of here, I want to iterate a data in different size or steps. Okay, that is also option is available here. I will just copy it and I'm just paste it here. Okay, I'm just because here we are not going to apply any operation. There is no in place operation, so we are going to remove it, and we are going to apply here slicing operations. Okay, on array. So we are going to apply. So I want to display the number after each after skipping one element. Okay, so I want to, let's consider I want to display the 2 4 6 8 10 12. Okay, so means I'm going to skip the data 3 5 7 9 11. Okay, so that is the way. Just I'm giving to the first dimension, then second, and I will give the step size here. Okay, and see what will be happen. Okay, so here we get the 1 2 3 7 8 9. So after each element we are going to skip one element and we are going to display the data. So we can apply the slicing also with the help of ND iterator. We see how we can apply the for loop to iterate the single element of each single element of each dimension. So these are the different way we can do it. We also see this is the most one. If we are going to give the array type, array input element type is integer, and we are reading as a string. Okay, so this is in place operations are happening. So for that we have to use the flags as a buffer. So these are the different functions and methods where we with the help of this methods and function we can read the data, we can apply some operation, we can iterate the data. So I think that's it for a video. I think we are going to create the one more video on iterator numerated iteration by using ND iterator. So that's we are going to see it. Okay, so if I want to display the what we can say index, in that case I have to apply the numerator. So because here we are not displaying any index, we are just displaying the numbers over here. So for that I just copy the same code and I am going to apply some function here, ND numerators, and I'm just passing my array. Okay, so I get the element with the help of along with the index. Okay, so what is the shape of this index, what is the value of this index? Okay, one for 0 0 0 index we have first value, 0 0 1 index we have two value, 0 0 2 index we have three value. Okay, so 0 1 0 we have three value. Okay, so this is the way we get the index positioning along with the value. Okay, for that we use the ND numerator, so we can get the particular positioning along with the data. So that is the that's it for the video. Okay, I can say here index also. Sorry, I'll just change here over here. I get the index INDX or IND, I can say. We can consider as an index and just print it. Okay, so this is the way, this is the position of element and this is the element value. Okay, I think hope you get this, how to iterate it, how we can iterate the list of element, and we can use in further NumPy program also. This is the very useful for us. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you like video, please do share and subscribe. Just a little bit help for me, so it will be encouraged to do record this kind of video, and I'm ready to help to someone. If you have any issues, please do share, comment, like on my video. Thank you so much.